Do you know how many mass shootings in 2022 have already occurred? What do you think, guys?
And all I know is it keeps going up.
198 mass shootings. How is that even possible?
What is that by definition? Is that more than three?
More than two?
I don't know.
Well, mass. Okay, so I believe it's probably more than
one?
More than three, I think. I'm sure one of our guys, Adam, can tell us over there. He's probably on the computer right now looking at it. But this kid in Buffalo, I don't understand it, guys. There's so many fucking signs. How do the parents not, tighten down on this kid?
You would think that once the cat went missing, that,
Exactly.
that could be a sign.
There's fur balls everywhere, but no cat. No, but didn't Cash? What did he do? He was going to shoot up the school or something.
Yeah, he was. He's been planning this hate crime for a long time, and I guess it was a year and a half ago. He was planning on shooting up a school, and the authorities were, informed about that. And that's how I don't know how he was able to get a gun in the first place. I mean, there's a pattern of behavior with this kid, and how did it get this far? I can't wrap my mind around it. It's so weird.
And what was his philosophy for hate? I mean, what was the whole deal? Was it just black folks, or what was or was he just don't like brown people, period? I mean, I mean, think about it. I mean, he grew up in an area where it's very diversified. How do you grow up like that? I mean, your parents have got to be sending you some bad messages or something.
Well, I just think that we're all products of our environment. So somewhere down the line, somebody taught him how to hate, because I know kids aren't naturally born with that.
Well, you don't drop out of the womb hating. Period. Doesn't happen. That's a learned behavior.
Yeah, there was an uncle or an aunt or someone down the road.
And then Curtis, why would this guy drive, I believe, 2 hours, and he checked the place out the day before, and apparently this one guy, an older black guy that hangs out at the supermarket, seemed like a really cool guy. He was always there helping people. He said he sat down with this kid for like 2 hours in a conversation with him. If you didn't like those people, why would you have a conversation? That tells me something.
Yeah, I know. I think that it comes down to the fact that he probably didn't want to do it in his hometown. It was too close.
Maybe. But, the interesting thing is you've got to really be filled with hate apparently, and let me tell you something, this guy was very articulate on TV, and he talked to quite a few different networks, and he was just saying, he was a retired vet, I believe, and he was talking about how he had a very engaging conversation with this kid, and he couldn't believe it himself that he came back the very next day and did what he did. And then he live streamed it. Has anybody seen that? Either one of you guys seen that?
I didn't want to watch it. I chose not to.
Yeah, I would like to see it, actually. I mean,
I just saw like a screenshot of it.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And it looked like one of those video games, like a shooter game. The way that the weapon was pointed and just the point of view.
Well, didn't his parents say that he kind of went a little bit? Yeah, and listen, and every parent out there, I know, we've had some very cool. A friend of mine, Paul Bunch, who's a director, who did Alone, a beautiful movie about what happened with these kids during COVID and how it affected them. And it affected them a lot more than what we think it did. We're just now going to find out about this. This isn't going to be something that's a one-off. This is something that's going to take the next 10 or 20 years for us to figure out and get these psychologists and these folks in there to help these kids.
Yeah, I think that definitely speaks to the need for parents to really monitor their children and be more active in their day-to-day life, because if you're not, these are the sorts of things that could and will continue to happen.
You know what? Curtis, you're exactly right. And I always blame the parents, because if you're not active and knowing what your kid's doing, and I mean especially that age, what are you doing? What are you doing having kids? I mean, pay attention to what they're doing, because the slightest little thing, how do you not know your kid went and bought a gun? You know, you got to know where the money came from. There's things that you need to know. You got to watch your kids, especially after this COVID thing. I mean, you guys have both heard nightmares. I mean, these poor kids, us adults still got to go out. We still got to play. But the kids, no school, no relationships with their friends, because their friends live far away. The only place they got to meet is the school. So they're at home by themselves, staring at a computer. Guys, pay attention to your kids.
Well, and here in Newport Beach, I mean, how many kids do you see every single day being raised by a nanny or something, and not the parents? You know, so I could
Good
see
point.
how, you know, if somebody's working, you know, the parents working, and they really just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, but I I hate to tell you, white people, we got a problem here, because 90% of these, it's not funny, but 90% of these frickin' mass shooters are white boys that are in the ages between 18 and 32. Why is that? There's something weird there. Maybe
I
aliens
think they
took
just
them
feel
over.
like they don't relate to anybody, and there's no place for them, and you know, it's bad.
Well, you know, they are saying nowadays, the way that they're doing things, you know, that being a white guy is a bad thing now, you know. You know, what goes around comes around. Listen, everybody, just be nice to everybody, okay? There's no reason to be sassy with anybody. You know, you have to respect everybody, what they want, what they love, what they do. And, you know, as long as you're a nice, cool person, you're going to live a beautiful life. So don't do that road rage. Don't do any mass shootings. Get out there, be nice, help your neighbor. Love you guys. Peace out. See you next time.